I'm gonna hold it hostage.
Hello and welcome to the crossover, where nothing is out of bounds and everything is fair game. We have a lot to cover with you today, but first, let's check in with the Tunnel. Please give a warm welcome to Stacks, Aggie P, and Big T.
What's happening, everybody? Once again, it is time for the most fun, joyous hour of Tuesday night. It is time for At Home with the Crossover. I'm your man, Big T, alongside my tag team partners, the usual cast of characters. We're going to start with Mr. Aggie himself with the introductions. None other than Aggie P is in the house. He's happy. I know he is. AP, what's up?
Fresh off of G-Ho, Big T.
There you go.
Pride is nationwide, brother.
I love it. I love it. And then we got to go to the other Aggie on the panel.
Don't do it, please.
Talking about the queen, first lady, mama, the doctor, the entrepreneur, and the victorious A&T Aggie supporter and alumni. We're talking about Queen. TP is in the house. TP, what's going on?
Blessings to everyone. Hallelujah to A&T. Haters, radar. What's up?
Love it, love it, love it. And then we're going to go to Mr. Smooth himself. He's got the radio J voice. He's got the headset on, got the microphone ready. We're talking about the Elon legend, none other than Bromel is in the house. Bromel, what is going on?
Oh, man. Praise the Lord. Just glad to be here with everybody. We're ready to have a good time in the Lord.
There you go. Love it. And then we'll talk to the man that's got his back to the camera for those of you who are watching on YouTube. He's getting ready to do his little customary spin around. He's got the crown on tonight. He's got the spinner U.S. title belt on, and he's got the Eagles flag hanging up on the wall. None other than Birdman is in the house. Bird, what is going on?
Aggie P, there's a Cowboys fan on this panel that's hiding because his pick, he lost it. Said we was gonna lose to the Steelers.
So he didn't want to face the music tonight.
No,
okay.
he ain't hiding.
Oh Lord. Hey, and then we've got man, the guy with the shades. It's getting dark outside, but he don't care because he can't see whether it's daytime or nighttime. I'm talking about his name is Radar, but we like to call him Radar Charles because he pretends to be blind as a bat. Radar Charles is up.
You know what? Narrow is the way, Big T, and I'm so happy to say today that G-Hove is over. No more traffic, no more food trucks everywhere, bro, Mel. I'm just glad all that traffic is out of the way. We can get back to business as usual, sir. So narrow is the way. Thank you.
Okay, all right.
Thank you.
Well, hey, y'all, together we're the Tunnel Crew, watching everything that happens inside and outside the tunnel, leading to the lines of competition in the world of sports. Tonight, on this edition of At Home with the Crossover, former Panther Christian McCaffrey makes history, y'all. Tennessee and Georgia collide on Saturday after their big wins this past Saturday, and we'll get into that a little bit, I'm sure. DJ Moore celebrated a little too soon, might have cost his team the game. We'll talk about that, see what the Tunnel Crew thinks. And all of that and much, much more coming up on this edition of At Home with the Crossover. But first, we've got to talk about that team that we just talked about. Because, a few weeks ago, the Aggies were 0-3. They were catching all kinds. Yeah, we got to start off there. They were catching all kinds of heat, Everybody talking junk. Oh, man, they 0-3, man. They sorry. Moved to the new conference and everything. Everybody's giving them a hard time. Well, several weeks later.
What happened?
Aggies are now 3-0 in the Big South.
3-0.
Hey, first place. First place winners of 5 in a row after taking down Campbell for homecoming on Saturday, 45-38. Okay. And they were down 28-10 at the half.
Okay.
28-10 at the half.
That's some adversity.
Okay, and then he said that's some adversity. And then they proceeded to outscore them 20-3 in the third quarter, 15-7 in the fourth quarter en route to that 45-38 win. So we got to go back to our favorite Aggies and let y'all just start it off. Because, we do this with Bird when Wake Forest wins. Win and stuff.
Unfortunately.
We do it to Radar when the Bucks win and everything.
Yeah.
So, we're going to have to go ahead and hand it off to these Aggies and give y'all your time to shine. Aggie PTP, how does it feel winning homecoming, being 5-3, being 3-0, and on top of the Big South Conference? Take it away, y'all.
Well, it feels great, Big T, Tony Crew, especially the way that we got the victory.
Yeah.
Like you stated, it was 28-10 at halftime. And all I could hear was Radar's voice in my ear. You better not come back here with a loss. You better not come back here with a loss. And also, Big T, a lot of fans left the stadium.
Don't tell me that, man.
Yes, they did, man. Some fans left the stadium. I guess they were going out to tailgate or whatever.
Oh,
but,
no.
Thank God for halftime. You can make adjustments.
Yeah, that's right.
So on the first series, we came out and got a pick 6.
Okay.
And that seemed to change the whole momentum. We made some adjustments. And like you stated, we outscored them in the third and fourth quarter.
Yep.
We came out victorious, man. I was proud of the guys.
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you, in that first half, man, Campbell looked like, I mean, they had some nice sized guys up front. The quarterback was elusive. I mean, he was reading our defense as well. I mean, they was playing some good ball. I thought it was going to be a blowout day.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, but thank God for adjustments.
Yeah. Well, and you know what? I like it when you can come back in that situation, because Campbell, they probably were thinking at halftime, oh man, this is gonna be a cakewalk. So they were on that bus heading back home, thinking to themselves, man, what happened? I mean, what kind of buzzsaw do we run into in the second half? Queen, your thoughts?
Well, I'm like Aggie P. Thank God for that Aggie pride. Because
there you go.
the way I look at it, if I'm not mistaken, Campbell had just played Dion the week before, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, just played Dion. So I don't want to say they were cocky or nothing, but I'm really wondering if that second half they have difficulty and trouble, because I think they did something similar with Dion.
Mm-hmm.
I could be wrong, but I think they did something similar with Dion where they were kind of like neck and neck or a little bit ahead and just got real far behind. So whatever's going on, hey, we took it to the house. And
y'all took advantage of it, right?
We did. And when you're home and you're in front of all those people, you don't want to mess up.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Tariq Cohen was there at the game.
Tariq was there.
Tariq
all right.
Radar can't say nothing. Tariq
did he look good?
Yeah.
And how's this? Did he? I mean, I don't know if
talk to him as much.
Okay.
I know he was there. Some of the old players there, but my whole purpose of saying him is because he commented one time that one of his best plays was when he got to the end zone and saw all the fans and stuff there. And I was hoping that the Aggies felt the same way when they did their touchdowns too. And some of the fans was on the game. So unfortunately, Radar couldn't be there. But hey.
Can I say this?
No.
Perfectly good bag of chips at halftime. As soon as I saw him score, I was like, what the man? All my chips went everywhere, bro, Mel. I said, what happened? Where did the lead go?
Hey,
I had all my jokes prepared and everything. I was like, oh, this is gonna be good.
He said it's gonna be a good one.
It's gonna be real good right here. Then I had to burn all my jokes. I had to give a burnt offering.
Hey, who was that said it's gonna be a blowout?
That was Aggie P, but the way you say it is when Rooftop used to always pick on him. It's gonna be a blowout.
And bro, Mel, before the end of the show last week, I said, "Oh, y'all better not lose."
And that's all I could hear. That 28-10 lead.
Yeah, say y'all better not lose. So.
Yeah.
Well,
I come back on this show losing.
I will give Radar credit for this. I like the way he summed one thing up, though. What did you say, Radar? Adversity, overcoming adversity. And you know, anytime you down by 18 points on homecoming, the fans leaving, that's some adversity, you know.
Yes, it is.
And to come back, to bounce back from that, congratulations, A&T. Hey, so you know, they go to Gardner Webb in a couple of weeks, and Gardner Webb, you know, they're currently 3-0 too, even though they're below 500 overall. They're currently 3-0 in the conference. So, you know, if both teams keep winning out, you know, that could be a big game there. I believe it's the last game of the season, you know. So that could be a big one. So we'll see. Before we move on, Bird, Bromel, you got any thoughts on A&T continuing their winning streak and making the fans happy for homecoming?
No, I just think just following them a little bit and just looking at their schedule, it just built them up to that game. Because you look at the games they played earlier, who they played, and then came behind that and played some teams to get their momentum going, you know, and get that confidence. And once you start winning, it's all about, you know, that confidence.
That's right.
So playing them, you know, and they have won their last, I'm sorry, A&T has won their last 2 or 3 games.
Yep.
And I don't think they was going to give up. But like I said on the last show, that was going to be a tough game, you know.
Yeah, you did say that.
Game. And I truly believe, you know, A&T won, but I truly believe Campbell probably in the second half probably started to get a little tired too, because that Jackson State game, you going to Mississippi, then coming all the way back down, and you know, them bus rides ain't like no plane ride, you know. But still, you know, A&T played a good game and played a really good game, so they deserve to win.
Yeah.
It's just, you know, when the last time they won a homecoming, you know.
Can y'all answer that? I don't even know.
I'm not saying to be funny, but I'm just saying, you know.
No. Yeah. Because you know, things have gotten thrown off with COVID and everything. It's like you can't even keep track of when they played and when they haven't played. You know.
I don't remember losing homecoming. I'm sorry. Whether we lost it or not, we didn't lose. I don't.
So you didn't lose. So you know on that.
We always win.
Hey, you said.
The only thing I know, we lost my freshman year.
Bird, you got any thoughts before we move on?
I just want the energy to stay the same. Where was this energy at? Where was this energy at 0-3? Now we winning. We winning on homecoming. At first it was all Radar. You remember this now, and it was the Queen that said all of this. We're in a new conference. We got a coach, new coach.
Okay.
It's the conference. It's the coaching, right?
I mean, what kind of energy?
Radar.
I mean, what energy do you have when you're losing versus energy you have? I mean,
we can do better. We should do better. We're gonna do better, and we will do better. That's the energy I had when we lost Saturday to Louisville, and that's the same.
We always have that energy. I just sat here and said I don't remember homecoming we ever lost.
That's right.
You're supposed to. When you in a weak conference, you're supposed to win.
Oh Lord! Wait a minute. Hold on. The ACC ain't blazing it up right now.
A weak conference for Division I football? You go out that lineup, Bird, man.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
There's no such thing as gimmies. I mean, anybody can beat
competition.
You know, anybody.
This is not Wendy's Player of the Week, my friend. This is the gridiron.
Say this some hater people talk.
Yeah, you know why? Because he hurt. That's what happens when you hurt. You talk like that because you hurt.
Say a little haterade.
His team ain't looking good right now.
He hurt, man. He hurt to the core.
All right. Well,
I'm 6-2 and actually ranked. Where are y'all at?
On top of their conference and winners of 5 in a row.
I'm done
in a row.
All right, well, let's move on because we don't have that much time in this opening segment. We're going to move on to other college football games right quick because number 1, Georgia dominated Florida. They won that game by 22. And then number 2, Tennessee. They were number 3 last week, but they've moved up to number 2. They were all over Kentucky, 44-6. Hooker had 3 touchdown passes, 1 touchdown rushing. Thing I continue to be impressed with, though, the interceptions. He's not throwing picks, y'all. He didn't throw an interception again. So if he can keep that kind of thing going, oh, and I think he completed like 76% of his passes also. So I mean, you know, it's big time.
Yeah, and he's throwing into tight windows too.
Yeah.
You're like,
with that, Big T, when you get ahead and you're a team like that, and that other team is a running team, you got to vacate that running game.
So you got to let that go.
You got to let that go.
All right, y'all. Well, hey, we hope you've enjoyed what you've heard so far in the first segment. We got a whole lot more to talk about. We're going to continue to talk about college football. We're going to talk about the World Series. We're going to talk about the trade deadline and much, much more. You're listening to At Home with the Crossover.
Why so sad when the joy is here? What's the answer? Joy in the morning, the crossover. You can find them all right here on 100.7 WLJF. There's no need to be down when there's plenty of joy to go around. Get your daily dose and turn that frown upside down. Love and Faith Radio, 100.7 WLJF, the joy.
My name is Priscilla Van. I'm with Hometown Insurance Service. I'm an independent insurance agent that specializes in Medicare, senior solutions, life, and health. I work with dozens of companies so that I can offer you the appropriate coverage as well as the affordable price for your insurance needs. If I can help you, please contact me at my website, hometowninsuranceservice.com, or email me at hometown.inservice, or you can find me on Facebook at Hometown Insurance Service. Thank you.
Times are changing. We all have questions about the future. Join us as we find the answers through the Word of God.
Love and Faith Christian Fellowship invites you to join our congregation. One church, 2 locations, Greensboro and Kernersville.
We're helping people on their path to find God as we provide spiritual leadership and growth through diverse ministry.
Celebrating over 25 years of ministry, join our Love and Faith community where Jesus Christ is Lord and the people are loved.
Hey, welcome back to At Home with the Crossover. Make sure you tune in Tuesday night, 7 p.m. to catch the Tunnel Crew, because you don't want to miss all of the fun, all of the hilarity, all jokes, and all the serious talk as well, serious sports talk, and glorifying the Lord through joy and laughter. All right, so you don't want to miss Birdman with the crown on, bowing down, and Aggie P representing Aggie Nation, and Blind Man Radar Charles, and the Queen. She done made it harder to see the mansion now, but you know, trust me, there's a mansion behind her. and Mr. Smooth himself, Bro Mel, is in the house. So catch all of us Tuesday night, 7 p.m. on YouTube. YouTube is the place. 7 p.m. is the time. Go to the Love and Faith Radio YouTube channel. Be sure to like, share, subscribe. Tell everybody you know about it. Then on Thursday nights, catch the audio version of the original Crossover Sports Show. And you can catch that online also. It's at WLJFradio.com. You can also download the 100.7 WLJF app, which is available on Google Play and in the iTunes Store. All right, let's get back in. The Queen's got some social media shout outs and comments and all that stuff to talk about. So let's find out what the fans and the listeners are saying. Queen, give it to us.
All right, so we have Fletcher Ashley. He says Tennessee beats Georgia. I said it. Okay. And then he said Hendon will win the Heisman.
Oh, wow. Okay. Couple of predictions, man. Couple of bold predictions. I like it. Hey, I'd be happy with that. I'd be totally all right with that.
He's a front runner.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, because especially, CJ Stroud, a lot of people saying he was front runner going this weekend, but he kind of struggled a little bit, at the Penn State game. So all right. So is anybody else TP, or we good?
No, we're good at the moment. We're just getting the conversation going. So we would like to invite all of our listeners to come on to our YouTube channel on Love and Faith Radio. Come on in, join the party.
Leave all the Campbell Yeah, give a shout out to the Campbell fans. They did a great job Saturday. They're very sportsmanlike.
Yeah, the Campbell fans.
Yeah, they didn't want to fight because they lost.
Before that little bug Radar started talking,
that little bug.
I just wanted to say again, you can like, subscribe, and comment, and make sure that you leave a comment so that we can read it here on the air.
There you go.
Come on in, let's get the party going, but through the YouTube channel.
Thank you, TP. We appreciate that. All right, moving back to college football real quick. Kansas State, they were ranked. That was one of the few ranked teams, games. And Oklahoma State, I think they were ranked 8th. Please show up. 48-0. I mean, 48 to zip, y'all. There was some games this weekend, college and pro, that made you scratch your head. That was one, 48-0. The Raiders, 24-0, getting shut out by the Saints. Didn't even have barely got 100 yards of total offense. You're just sitting there like, what? And then I turned on that game last night late, and when I flipped it on, it was like, 28-0 or something like that, 26-0. I was like, the Bengals just got obliterated. I'm just like, what in the world is going on this weekend? What's in the water? Just some crazy games. And then you had go ahead.
And the Panthers.
Yeah.
The Panthers was playing like it was arena football out there. They were going down the field.
Yep.
They was running like 2 or 3 guys at running back. I was like, where did this at?
Where did this come from?
Yeah.
Well, and then back on the college side, Michigan improved to 8-0, beating Michigan State 29-7, but that was overshadowed by the ugliness that happened in the tunnel. Did y'all see that?
Yeah.
So you had the one Michigan player that got caught up in a group of Michigan State guys. He was surrounded by probably 9 or 10 Michigan State guys, and they were beating the daylights out of this kid, man. I mean,
how did they end up in the same tunnel, Big T?
Well, and that's been a point that everybody's been mentioning.
You don't do that.
That stadium has one tunnel. Both teams go in, and it's been that way. That's an old stadium. It's been that way for over 100 years. And so they, because I heard Mike Wilbon and Tony Kornheiser talking about it, and they were saying, should you blame the tunnel for what happened and having both teams go one? And they said, well, it's been that way over 100 years, so you can't blame the tunnel because, we've never had this happen before. And in 100 years of guys going in the tunnel together, this has never happened. But yeah, I was trying to figure out how the kid got by himself. I don't know if he was out on the field doing interviews or something, and his team had already went in, and when he came in, he had to go past all those Michigan State guys, and then I don't know. We got to remember there's a lot of sides to every story. We don't know if he said something when he was passing through, and I'm not saying that's a reason to beat him down. I'm just saying if you do go through there running your mouth, that's not the smartest move to make.
Right.
But ultimately the police saw the film and they said they're gonna press charge. They might press charges. I know 4 of the guys have already been suspended from Michigan State, but it was ugly. They were kicking the guy. I think I saw somebody, swinging a helmet. It looked like, it was so chaotic you couldn't really tell exactly what was going on, but it looked like a helmet was swung. He was slammed up against the wall. I was like, wow, where are the Michigan guys?
I was surprised that he stood up because the way they threw him around, it was crazy. He had all that blue and gold. I was like, you can't do that with whatever color. The way they swung him around. Yeah. And then, the guys, and I said, if one of them had headbutt him, he would have been out.
He'd have been out. Yeah.
He'd have been out. So I don't know, because the way they tossed him so much, you could barely even see him. You knew somebody was hitting somebody, but they tossed him so well, you couldn't even see the colors he had on no more.
Yeah. And if I can say something, I didn't get playing time playing football, and I knew better than to stay with my group. Do not.
That's right. Yeah.
That's
by yourself.
Oh, he should have just waited till they cleared the tunnel.
Yeah,
and just been late going to his locker room.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah,
I didn't get to see it, but usually in a situation like that, all the coaches say will hold one team back and stay. Let one team go in, clear, and then you do not let them two teams come together.
Right.
Even in pregame warmups, you have to be very careful when a team is. You don't get too close. That's just.
Yeah.
I don't want to go into that because this is a show, but get some stuff you just don't do.
Especially rivals like that, they're huge rivals. That's like Duke and Carolina going through the tunnel together.
Right. I mean, you just don't do it, man. The opposing team, you train. Well, I just have to be real. You just train to hate them.
Yeah.
And anything about them. Even I don't know if any of you seen when Deion said he always have to walk the stadium every game he goes to.
Yeah.
He was late walking the stadium at one game, and he had to walk by the opposing team. And those players was the things they were saying to him, and then the coaches had to hold them. They was about to go at Deion Sanders.
Yeah.
You just don't do that. So, hey, wow.
Yeah. So it was tough to watch, to see that kid, get beat up like that and everything. And, hopefully everything will get sorted out. I like the fact that Michigan State has already suspended 4 guys. Seemed to me like there should be more than that, but they're taking action, and we'll see, if the police do ultimately press charges like they said they might do. We will find out. Hey, okay, so the deadline was today, and I'm just going to throw this out there real quick because there were some moves made. The Bears, the NFL trade deadline, the Bears got wide receiver Chase Claypool from Pittsburgh for a second round draft pick. My Dolphins picked up Bradley Chubb, the linebacker from Denver, who is still in his rookie deal, and he's a monster. Because they said we need some help rushing the passer and everything. Got him from the Broncos for a first round pick in this upcoming draft, and running back Chase Edwards. And then the Bills got Nyheim Hines, who is great at catching passes out of the backfield, and that's really the last thing they need, because they don't have a running game. So if you get a running back that's coming out of the backfield catching passes, he'll kind of substitute for their running game. Tunnel Crew, any thoughts on any of these moves that were made, or any I didn't mention?
Steelers are idiots, man. Why would you get rid of your best receiver? Like, the Steelers are idiots.
Say the idiots.
I know I know he ain't produced against us, but that's no reason to be getting rid of him. There's got to be something deeper for you to get rid of Claypool, because that's one of your best receivers. Why would you get rid of him?
Yeah, well, hey, everybody's making moves, so we'll see what happens.
I think that move from the Carolina Panthers to the 49ers with McCaffrey, I think you saw this past weekend. That's going to be
hey. So we talked about in the open, McCaffrey set, records. He did something that hadn't been done since 2005 when LaDainian Tomlinson did it. He threw for a touchdown, ran for a touchdown, caught a touchdown. And on top of that, he's the first player in NFL history to do those 3 things and amass at least 35 yards rushing, whatever that means, So anyway, he did make history in that sense. So we did mention that in the opening. Wanted to throw that out there. Hey, Stats, give us the World Series update, my man.
Turn your light on.
Wait.
I know it's Halloween.
Give us your World Series update.
Come on, Stats.
Good luck with that.
Okay. Thanks a lot, Stats.
I would like to respond to Birdman's idiotic comment.
Go ahead, Radar.
Trade. I think the fact they got rid of that wide receiver because they knew they was going to have to pay him next year. Yeah. And they need to get some line because they can't run the ball, and you got to run it back from Alabama. That's ridiculous. So they get ready to build that line up, and Pickett can already throw to anybody. So I think it was a good deal.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I was thinking from it more of like just this producing standpoint, like he could produce for you. But I wasn't thinking about it from that standpoint. But when you put it that way, I can see why
you can't pass if you ain't got to run the game.
Yeah, right. and you normally get people to get rid of people to get some money, get some players, and take a lot of that money off of their shoulders and so forth.
Yeah, it's usually about unloading some salary cap. That's what these trade deadlines are about. Hey, everybody, be sure to catch us every Tuesday night on YouTube for At Home with the Crossover. And the time is 7 p.m. The place is Love and Faith Radio's YouTube channel. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, tell everybody you know about it. Then on Thursday nights, catch the audio version of the original Crossover Sports Show. You can find it online at WLJFradio.com. You can also download the WLJF app. It's available both on Google Play and in the iTunes Store. When we come back, it'll be time for the question of the day.
Why so sad when the joy is here? What's the answer? Joy in the morning, the crossover. You can find them all right here on 100.7 WLJF. There's no need to be down when there's plenty of joy to go around. Get your daily dose and turn that frown upside down. Love and Faith Radio, 100.7 WLJF, The Joy.
My name is Priscilla Van. I'm with Hometown Insurance Service. I'm an independent insurance agent that specializes in Medicare, senior solutions, life and health. I work with dozens of companies so that I can offer you the appropriate coverage as well as the affordable price for your insurance needs. If I can help you, please contact me at my website, hometowninsuranceservice.com, or email me at hometown.inservice, or you can find me on Facebook at Hometown Insurance Service. Thank you.
Times are changing. We all have questions about the future. Join us as we find the answers through the Word of God.
Love and Faith Christian Fellowship invites you to join our congregation. One church, 2 locations, Greensboro and Kernersville.
We're helping people on their path to find God as we provide spiritual leadership and growth through diverse ministry.
Celebrating over 25 years of ministry. Join our Love and Faith community where Jesus Christ is Lord and the people are loved.
100.7 WLJF.
All right, welcome back to At Home with the Crossover. Be sure to catch us Tuesday night, 7 p.m. YouTube is the place, and the Love and Faith Radio YouTube channel is where you can catch us. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, tell everybody you know about it. 7 p.m. is the time on Tuesday nights. And then on Thursday nights at 7 p.m., catch the audio version of the original Crossover Sports Show. You can find it online at WLJFradio.com. You can also download the WLJF app. It's available on Google Play and in the iTunes Store. All right, Queen, do we got any social media shout outs, comments, or anything from the fans and listeners? Because they're very important. We need them.
So basically, we still have this conversation going on. Fletcher Ashley is saying, hey, the Steelers know they're not going nowhere. And that the Giants are going to get Odell back. Mark my words.
Oh, no.
Okay.
I hope
he
not.
said, oh, no, mess up the chemistry.
Yes, man. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Say, don't do it.
I'm sorry, Mr. Fletcher. I can't agree with you.
So you can't agree with that? Say, don't do it.
Don't do it, man.
All right. Well, hey, I will go ahead and give a quick World Series update. The series is tied 1-1. It should have been 3 games played, but game 3 was rained out last night. I think they're playing tonight and making that game up tonight, but it's currently tied at 1-1. The Astros actually jumped out 5-0 in both games, blew that 5-run lead in game 1 and lost in 10 innings, but held on to it in game 2 to even that series at 1. We'll see what happens now that they're going back to Philadelphia for game 3. So that's your Major League Baseball World Series update for now. All right. Steve Nash, this was breaking news a couple of hours before our show. Steve Nash is officially out as head coach of the Brooklyn Nets. They got off to a slow 2-5 start on the season, and that is despite Kyrie putting up 30 points like crazy. I mean, 30 plus points just about every game. They still can't find the magic formula there. And Woj from ESPN is reporting that Ime Udoka, the suspended Boston Celtics head coach, is the guy that they are pursuing to replace him. He said the deal could be done as early as 24 to 48, the next 24 to 48 hours. And Udoka, the Celtics said they said they'll release him and they won't even ask for any compensation from the Nets. Of course, you might remember that Udoka was suspended a little over a month ago because he was found to be having a inappropriate consensual relationship with his one of the team managers. She was in charge of scheduling for him and doing all of that stuff. And of course, we know he's in a relationship with Nia Long. They've been together since 2010, had a child in 2011, were engaged in 2015. According to Nia, there are no plans to get married at this point. Don't blame her. And and then, of course, Kyrie has been making news all week long. He said something on social media about how he liked a movie and a book where Adolf Hitler said some anti-Semitic things, things like, the Holocaust was fake and all that stuff. And he's catching heat. A lot of fans were at the game last night with shirts on and protesting him. And he said he's not going to speak to the media tonight. So we know we always talk about the Nets every year. We have fun talking about the Nets. We talk about Kyrie taking his vacation time and using the sage at the stadium and talking about the earth is flat and KD, having the sensitive feelings and, don't like people talking about him and all that stuff. And, the losing, we talk about all of that. Question of the day is this: how big of a dumpster fire are the Brooklyn Nets? I mean, how big of a fire has this thing come? Tunnel Crew gonna toss it out there, let you have at it. You think they're a bigger dumpster fire than the Lakers? Hey, go ahead and take it away, y'all.
That's like a circus, man. It's just like a circus, man. Every time you turn around, it's something to watch and look at and laugh about.
The 3-ring circus, brother, man.
You got one person that's really messing up your whole organization, and you can't get rid of him. And then you want to bring somebody else in who's dealing with some issues, and you bring in more issue to you. So I don't know, man. I can see why they can't be focused and winning, man. Everything that's going on.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be focused as a teammate going out, and every time you turn around, there's something going on.
Yeah. Like you said, it's like a soap opera, I mean, off the court, it's like a soap opera. And then you're not winning on the court, so that, makes it worse.
Man.
Anybody else? Who's next?
I mean, I think Brother Mill, they summed it up. A 3-ring circle. You got each ring, you got something going on. I mean, just like you stated, Big T, it's vacation time for Kyrie. He does it every year. I mean,
so you do something to go on vacation.
Yes, he do something to go on vacation. No, I'm not getting a shot. Get that. Okay, suspend him. He had that one, I mean, he does it all the time.
Then what was that one of taking off because of personal reasons,
Right.
Taking a few days off. Yeah.
Right. Then you got the coach situation.
Yeah, that's sad right there, man. He ain't even been there 2 years, has he?
Steve Nash.
It's the second year, isn't it?
I believe so. It's either second or third.
Yeah, but why, and then the thing is with that, why you even hired him? He never been a coach before.
Yeah.
And you putting them into situations like that, man, and players got more control than the coaches do anyway.
Yeah.
Well, they probably begged KD to stay, and then he probably said, something about the coach, then they had to let him go,
Yeah. Well, and that's KD is it's bad when KD is the only guy that seems like he might be heading in the right direction. You know what I mean?
Y'all know me. Y'all know me. Y'all know me who I am. Y'all know me. No leadership. Then you got Ben Simmons. I mean.
Really?
I think he done set out 3 years, maybe.
Yeah. Well, and I don't know if y'all remember that video they released right before the season started, where they were at a playground with a bunch of kids, and it was supposed to be a promotional video. And you've got Simmons out there taking a shot, airballing it. Kyrie's the only one not wearing Nets gear, and KD is out there trying to dribbling the ball off his foot and everything with all the kids. And they were talking about that on ESPN. They said, this was the worst video you could put out because it highlights all of your flaws and imperfections. It shows every
ring circus. I'm telling you, raise the lights. Hey, bring out the cotton candy. We got a circus going on. And the thing about it,
bring your popcorn and just sit down and watch it.
It's just starting.
Yeah, the season just started.
To be okay. It was like the end of the season. We'll just get this circus that just came to town. So anyway, let's pray for the best for them, man.
Yeah,
because I can see that ship, man, just going, going so deep, man, that nobody want to come there and play.
Yeah. It sounds like that's 2 people that are saying it's a huge dumpster fire. Rest of the Tunnel Crew, your thoughts?
I don't think it's that bad. Because what they're getting ready to do is trade everybody except Durant. It's going to make it easier. It's going to make it easier for people to come and pick everything apart. Mm-hmm. So that way, now everybody gets everybody at a bargain. 1, 2. Let's see who ends up on the team. Because believe you me, somebody will take Simmons. Somebody will take Kyrie.
Who?
Mm-hmm. He said who?
Who would take Kyrie?
They just gave James Harden money to stay in Philadelphia.
But he plays radar.
Yeah, he's playing.
He'll show up on one leg.
Yeah,
hamstring inflated.
Right. And look, okay, Ben Simmons just took like you said, 2 years off. Kawhi Leonard right now ain't playing. P, again, he taking more time off too. And they invested in him just because what he did in Toronto. Now, I'm only saying this because he was the number 1 pick. He's 6'10", and we got Kyrie Irving, who played with LeBron, who would go to LA right now on the right deal. Mm-hmm. And Westbrook could end up in Brooklyn. Right now, both of them in dire straits. That's what they do. Bad teams make bad deals.
So you say the Circus will go to LA right now?
Absolutely, right now. Let's say 2 for 2.
Hey, they got a circus already.
What are you going to lose? You're giving up AD and Westbrook for Ben Simmons and Kyrie.
So let me ask you this, Radar. Do you think he's intentionally doing what he's doing to get out of there?
Kyrie?
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's the old classic self-sabotage and make him put me off. And then I look like the martyr and I get to go where I want to. He's just been waiting on it. This is the perfect time. It's before the deadline. Teams are still looking for somebody who can score. And you're always willing to take a score, no matter how much of a head case they are.
Mm-hmm. Do you think that if he leaves, first of all, I agree that I just don't know what team would take him. But let me ask you, do you feel like if someone was to pick him up, I'm just asking, would it be a requirement that he has to have the corona shot?
Look what they did with Ben Simmons. They took him sight unseen. He had back surgery before he got back on the court.
Yeah, I think so. I think somebody to take Kyrie is just the point is he's playing the fence. He's playing, like Radar was saying, he's doing things to make sure that, he got a way out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He don't need money. He got money. That's no issue at all. But if he wants to get somewhere and Lakers ain't doing no better. So what's the prime place to go? To the Lakers, and what they need is a point guard anyway, somebody that can shoot and he can shoot.
Yeah.
You know, he probably change his mind once he get there.
Yeah.
But you never know. It's things like that occur behind the scenes that, you know, players do act up sometimes. You know, but I think a lot of it has to do with the Nets in general. You know, just not him. They just, you know, they don't seem like the front office know what they doing, you know.
Go ahead, TP.
No, he's right. I was just gonna say, I don't like to bring up secular people, but Kyrie Irving in basketball reminds me of Kanye West.
Yeah.
I mean, they just do.
Self-destruction.
Within their industry.
Yeah. It's like a self-destructive mentality, you know?
You have to look at this. He may have some issues there that you don't know.
Yeah, he could.
The anti-Semitic stuff.
Yeah, you could have some.
The flat earth.
I'm invincible.
Right.
This is what you're going to do, adhere to me type of mentality.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he always chooses the most controversial things to toss out there. I mean, you know, and you start to wonder how much of this is I'm trying to get attention. You know, I mean, I don't know.
Think about this, Big T. Just go back and read up on him, and you probably can get the answer.
Okay.
and remember how he exited Cleveland right after they won the championship, Big T?
Yeah.
Who leaves LeBron after you just had a dominant performance?
Yeah.
And yes, LeBron got the MVP, but y'all both scored like 40 points a game.
Yeah.
Who leaves a situation like that and they're mentally looking at things like everybody else is looking at it? They're not.
A person with ego problems.
Yep. Ego.
Yep.
You want all the light on him.
Yeah.
And you know what?
Yeah.
I think that's a lot of why the Nets are a dumpster fire, because I think you got a lot of egos there.
Yeah, no leaders.
No
It
leaders.
was a dumpster fire before he even got off the ground.
Yeah, yeah.
And you just did. It was a lot of different things being thrown and given excuses for what was going on.
Yeah.
COVID, health, chemistry. No, they couldn't play together from the giddy up.
Yeah.
None of those three players are.
Bird, your thoughts?
I think the Nets, I agree with everybody and what everybody's saying, but I think the Nets are a dumpster fire, but not because of just Kyrie and the three-ring circus, but because of the organization. You, like Bromell said, he touched on it a little bit. You're hiring somebody that hasn't really coached. And the organization knows Kyrie and what he's doing right now. And I just, to me, it seems funny. Like, why are you acting out to try to go somewhere? Like, and the Lakers ain't even interested in you no more. If let's say if you want to go to the Lakers, they're not even interested. They talking about Utah doing a trade with Utah. So what's going to happen if this little stunt does work and you don't get to go to the Lakers? What's your plan B? Because to me, it just seemed like you want to go back to LeBron and go back to what you started with.
Yeah.
But what happens if plan A doesn't work? What's your plan B?
Yeah. Well, it definitely seems like the consensus with the Tunnel Crew is a dumpster fire. TP?
I just wanted to read some of the comments. So
go ahead.
So then when we were commenting earlier, it said the general manager said they're open to taking him back. I think that was for the Celtics. Then it says, hide your wife and girlfriend. I'm just saying, it just shows how desperate the Nets are to hire a coach with ongoing issues. And then Ben Simmons is just there, so he won't get fined. In the words of Marshawn Lynch.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So, keep the party going on YouTube, everybody. Keep it going.
There you go. Thank y'all for the comments.
So I can read them.
We appreciate it. Hey, catch us Tuesday night, 7 p.m. on YouTube, as the Queen just said. Love and Faith Radio YouTube channel is the place, and 7 p.m. is the time. Then on Thursday nights at 7 p.m., catch the audio version of the original Crossover Sports Show. You can find it online at WLJFradio.com. You can also download the 100.7 WLJF app. It's available both on Google Play and in the iTunes Store. When we come back, it'll be time for the wrap-up.
Why so sad when the joy is here? What's the answer? Joy in the morning, the crossover. You can find them all right here on 100.7 WLJF. There's no need to be down when there's plenty of joy to go around. Get your daily dose and turn that frown upside down. Love and Faith Radio, 100.7 WLJF, the joy.
My name is Priscilla Van. I'm with Hometown Insurance Service. I'm an independent insurance agent that specializes in Medicare, senior solutions, life, and health. I work with dozens of companies so that I can offer you the appropriate coverage as well as the affordable price for your insurance needs. If I can help you, please contact me at my website, hometowninsuranceservice.com, or email me at hometown.inservice, or you can find me on Facebook at Hometown Insurance Service. Thank you.
Times are changing. We all have questions about the future. Join us as we find the answers through the Word of God.
Love and Faith Christian Fellowship invites you to join our congregation. One church, 2 locations, Greensboro and Kernersville.
We're helping people on their path to find God as we provide spiritual leadership and growth through diverse ministry.
Celebrating over 25 years of ministry. Join our Love and Faith community where Jesus Christ is Lord and the people are loved.
It's time now for the crossover wrap-up report. Let's send it back to the Tunnel Crew.
Boy, I love how the Queen has a dance break during the commercial breaks. If you're not watching on YouTube, you might want to check it out because she be having a dance break during the commercial break, and then Radar, as usual, hating. You know,
I don't remember rehearsing that during the pre-show.
I don't remember inviting you to dance with me.
Preparation.
There you go. Love it. All right, y'all. So, hey, real quick, the college football playoff rankings are released tonight. Doesn't really mean a whole lot because they change so much between now and the end of the season, but be interesting to see what happens. I'm sure we'll talk about that next week.
Big
All right.
Yes, sir. Real quick. Is Alabama number 6?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, nationally ranked. Yeah, number 6.
See, they putting them there so because they know Michigan gonna lose sometime. They
know they're gonna lose.
Yeah, they setting them up to move them on up the first time. Any one of them teams loses, they gonna hop.
Okay.
Well, any team that leave a teammate out there to dry to get beat up in the tunnel like that needs to lose, because you're supposed to be sticking up for your boys.
Right.
All right, let's take a look at what happened last week. And last week's results look like this. Birdman won the week. He went 5-1. He has 8 weekly wins for the tiebreaker now. Aggie P, myself, Bromel, and TP all finished second with 4-2 records. Aggie P and I have 12 weekly wins. Bromel is leading the way with 14 weekly wins. TP has 9. And then Radar and Stats bring up the rear at number 3, and they're both 3-3. Man, y'all a line of threes. 3, 3, and 3. And Radar has 9 weekly wins, and Stats has 3 weekly wins. Man, he's got 3s across the board. He's in 3rd place. He's 3-3, and he's got 3 weekly wins. All right, let's look at the overall standings. Bromel is leading the way as he's been for months now. He's got 144 wins. Aggie P is 10 games back with 134 wins, but he separated himself because last week they was him and Radar were log jam tied there with the same record. He pulled ahead this week with his 134. Radar has 133, and I've shaved 1 game off, 1 game behind Radar now with 132 wins. TP is 5 games out of the playoffs with 127 wins. Birdman has 117 wins. He's 15 games back, and Stats has 111 wins, mathematically eliminated, 21 games back. All right, let's look at the games for this week. We have our 3 NFL teams that we pick every week. You pick a team that you haven't picked already. And then everybody on the Tunnel Crew is picking the big number 1 versus number 2 game, Tennessee and Georgia. And we had to pick that game, pick the correct team, and have the closest total score. So whatever your score is, add it up. And if it's closest to the real score and you got the right team, you're the winner. Then we got other college football games. Number 6, Alabama at number 15, LSU. Number 5, Clemson at Notre Dame. Remember, they almost lost at Notre Dame last time they played there. Number 15, Wake Forest at number 24, NC State. And then the NBA, Celtics at the Cavs on tomorrow night at 7:30. And then the Blazers and Suns, they're currently, I think, both 5-1. They play twice this weekend, Friday night and Saturday night at 10 o'clock. If you picked that one, you had to take Blazers or Suns, 2-zip or a 1-1 tie in the series. And we'll start with Bro Mel. Give us yours, sir.
It's supposed to be Seahawks, NFL, the Rams, the Falcons, NBA, Boston Celtics, Alabama, and Tennessee winning 42-28.
All right. Next, we got Aggie P.
Yes, sir. Let's go with the Panthers, Packers, Chiefs, Alabama, Clemson, Tennessee, 24-21.
All right. Next up, we've got the Queen.
Wait a minute. What?
We're going with the Panthers, the Falcons, Texans, Alabama, Clemson, and Georgia.
All right. And she got them 48-34, Georgia over Tennessee. Next, we got myself. I take the Packers, the Ravens, the Cardinals, Alabama, and I've got a holdover pick from last week because I picked the World Series and it's not over yet. So the Astros is one of my picks, and Georgia winning the game 30-24. Next up, we have Radar.
First of all, I want to know how everybody got in front of me. I'm on third in line. Anywho,
yeah.
The winners for next week will be the Bears, the Vikings, the Packers to get revenge and go first next week. I guess because it's homecoming weekend for G-Ho. I get to go last, I guess. And then I'm going with the Cavs, the Blazers, Tennessee 42-21.
And he's got the Blazers sweeping the Suns 2-zip in that 2-game series this weekend. Birdman.
I got the Seahawks, Jaguars, Bills, Alabama, Wake Forest, and I got Tennessee 41-17.
All right. And stats, he has the Eagles, Seahawks, Panthers in the NFL. He's got NC State, Tennessee winning 45-38, and he's got the Phillies for that holdover pick for the World Series from last week. And that leaves our producer, Percy. He's in our pick 3, and he's got the Seahawks, Chiefs, and Lions. All right, time for everybody shout out or shut up and play candidate. We'll start with you, Queen.
I would like to give 2 shout outs. First, I'd like to give a shout out to all the breast cancer survivors for the month of October as we close out. My second shout out is actually to Aggie P's son, Josh. He had senior night. And so congratulations to him. And shout out from the crossover.
There you go. Aggie P.
Yeah, shout out to all the Aggies. Great
There you go. There you go. Birdman.
Shut up and play Wake Forest. We can do better. We should do better, and we will do better.
8 turnovers, man. Man. Bro Mel.
Hey, shout out to Elon Football.
There you go.
Number 10 team in the FCS, and we are ranked this year as well. So we're moving right on along.
Hey, we're going to have to get on some Elon, man. We're going to have to get on him. Radar.
Shout out to Aggie P's son.
There you go. Love it.
Senior night. Yes.
Hey, my shout out is to Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, over 1,600 yards combined. That's an NFL record through 8 games. No duo of wide receivers has ever had more combined catches through the first 8 games. So shout out to those guys. All right, for the Queen.
Blessings.
For Birdman.
Whosoever believe in him.
For Aggie P.
No weapon.
For Radar.
Arrow is the way.
For Bro Mel.
Hey, praise the Lord, everybody.
I'm your man, Big T, signing off and saying, no matter where you are, look up and know that your creator is there. Until next time, see ya, and we might want to be.
That's all we have for you today. So be sure to join us next week for the crossover. And remember, the Tunnel Crew don't play unless we have something to say.